Hey everybody, welcome to the markparham podcast. You can follow me on Rumble by going to rumble.com/markparham. So I was looking at a video of he's I think a math professor at an Ivy League school, and he was saying that on campus you're not able to say certain things and just have certain ideas and things like that, or you'll get in trouble. And you know if you think about it, a lot of these prestigious schools only allow folks with certain beliefs to express themselves. And I think that's the problem that's going on right now. If you look at a lot of these Ivy League schools on the East and West Coast, if you're a conservative and you believe in certain things, or you support Donald Trump, or you wear a T-shirt that has something that people might disagree with, you're looked at as sort of the black sheep of the university. I mean, I've even seen videos online where they'll invite people who are Republicans on campus to speak, and people are protesting and going all crazy, and that's not a healthy way to. That's just not good for society. I think in society, whether you're a Republican, Democrat, independent, I think it's good to hear people express their ideas from all different sides. And this whole thing of people being able to, people coming on campuses and not being able to speak and say certain things. I think that's the problem with a lot of these universities. I mean, if you look at some of these universities, if somebody comes on there that happens to be a Republican who believes in closing the border, that person will be looked at almost like the devil. And I just find it crazy that a lot of great schools, try to censor people. A lot of these prestigious schools where people pay a lot of money, you have to, if you're not a Democrat, or you're not somebody who's left leaning, then people look at you like you're crazy. Now I see why. You fast forward, I see why you're having these protests. Some of these Ivy League schools on the East Coast. I see why that's happening, because again, both sides are not able to come out and have a peaceful. I'm not going to say respectable. I'm not even going to talk about the whole respect thing, but a lot of schools don't respect both sides. Even if you're a person that's a Hillary Clinton supporter, like, why not have people on campus who can talk about, being anti-abortion? To keep on, inviting speakers and inviting people on, or listening to people you agree with, that's going to create a horrible situation. And it's happening right now at a lot of these institutions. These are the same places that, if somebody invited Ann Coulter to come on and have, speak, or somebody who is a George Bush supporter or a Donald Trump supporter, people would lose their mind. And, it's backfiring right now, because now people who have an open mind, who are willing to have a peaceful debate, can't get that anymore. I think it's crazy that even if you look at the situation that's happening on some of these campuses with Jewish protesters and protesters who support Palestine, nobody is saying, let's have a peaceful debate. Let's, respect each other. Let's, be civilized about, talking to each other and things like that. Now, you're seeing the police have to get involved, and people pushing and shoving, and it just looks like a mess from what I'm seeing, online. And so this is, it's the result of censorship. When you censor people and you say, well, only this side can speak, this is what happens. And so I think we have to get to a point in America where we allow both Republican and Democrats to be able to come on campuses, give a speech, be respected, not to have a bunch of protesters stand up while somebody's trying to make a speech, and actually try to listen to both sides. And again, I'm saying this as somebody who was a former Democrat. I'm a Republican now, but Again, when I was a Democrat, I believed everything I heard from the MSNBC was correct, and that Donald Trump was this bad guy and all this other stuff. And then when you start to open your mind and you start to become a free thinker, you say to yourself, like, let me make my own opinions. Let me sit up and do some research. And once you do your research, you find out that no, there's a lot of great Republicans doing amazing things that care about this country. And I think we got to get to a point where we got to get rid of all the censorship on these college campuses and just allow people to speak, express themselves, have debates, and that's the only way. But trying to say, well, every time a Republican comes on campus, we got to protest that person. That's just wrong, and I don't think it's going to create a healthy relationship between students and the communities in those neighborhoods after the day where those college campuses are at. So that's just my opinion. Let me know how you feel in the comments section. Is it worth even, going to Ivy League school or going to these prestigious schools, paying all this money when people can't even sit down and have a civilized debate or actually treat each other with respect? Like, I know some people are sitting back and saying, well, why send my kid to, a prestigious school or Ivy League school, paying all this money when every time somebody comes on campus that has a different opinion or a viewpoint, it turns into a protest or a major situation. So let me know how you feel in the comment section. Thank you.